Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of Wizardry 8. Continuing my module, the DFortae basic module. Quite a bit has happened with the module since I last released it. This is going to be version 1.4 when it's released to the public, which will probably be today. Depends on my testing today. So the biggest change I've made, make sure my mic's on. Yeah, it is. Okay. The biggest change I made was nerfing Fighters Berserk. So I've been watching BioGoo's stream, going back and forth with him in the chat on Discord, and trying to figure out solutions. And what I decided to do was make all monsters have a 20% chance to not be penetrated by the Berserk attack. And that's in normal game mode. So of course in Expert it's even worse. It's kind of amplified. So I think that'll be enough. Testing will show for sure, but I think that's going to be enough to nerf the fighter and make him not completely overpowered like he is right now. So that's where I'm at. Looks like my party's level 14. So I am going to be leaving it on Berserk attack with all my fighters so that I can see how this pans out. That being said, the Bloodlust Sword and a couple other Berserking type weapons will also be nerfed because of that, which was needed. Okay, I think what I was doing now is heading back to Arnica. And I was going to complete the Mook quest to become aligned with the Mooks. Arnica.
Do they seriously intend to fight us?
Alright, what do we got? Juggernauts and Stalker Seekers. Okay.
I'm on it.
This will be a good fight to test because Juggernauts take forever to beat down. I am going to throw a Toxic Bomb here just to try to speed this up. Alright, is there anything else I can use? Let's get haste level 6 going. What else? Do a Whipping Rocks.
With pleasure.
Razor Cloak. And Devil Dust.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you saw me pick up the Flamethrower in Martin's Bluff or not. But it's Psionic Fire now, which I think is more appropriate. Fans out like that and does instant damage. There still is a Firestorm device in the game, but it's called something different. So I was trying to have the android use this, but I made it use modern weapon, so he keeps fizzling it because he has no modern weapon, which that's fine. That's perfect.
Okay.
Hey Andrew, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Zelda 2, it was fun. I liked it. Made some good progress. How's your streams been going, Andrew? What game are you currently doing? Are you doing multiples? Hey Ron, welcome. How you doing? Alright, let's see. Let's make sure my spells are gonna hit.
With pleasure. Sure.
Okay, perfect.
Exterminate.
You're doing okay? Just worked on your fairy tale book. Cool. I forgot about that. But you're in that. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, now we're gonna start doing all of our attacks, and we'll see how they do.
With
Berserking
pleasure.
should be nerfed. So you should see some no penetrations here, if my theory is correct.
Destroy.
Should happen 20 to 40% of the time for the ones that are berserking. Which is this symbol here. You see this? Looks like spreading out like that. That's berserk attack. There we go. First no penetration, 2 no penetrations. Perfect. All right. I think we have successfully nerfed the fighters just enough to not make them overpowered with berserk. Yet they won't lose anything else. Nice.
Exterminate.
Andrew says just finished a 9-hour stream of EcoQuest 1. What the heck? 9 hours? You're crazy, Andrew. How do you do that? You got stuck on a sliding square puzzle for over 4 hours. Oh man. That's rough. That does not sound fun. You also finished Realms of the Haunted for the first time. And beat Witch Haven on hard. We listened to Wizards and Warriors music for Witch Haven. Oh, cool. Nice. Man, you're something else, Andrew. I don't know how you do that. Could never do a stream anywhere near that long.
Very well.
It's incredible. Let's use our vampiric wand, which is fixed, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, kudos to you, man.
Exterminate.
Great. Yes, that's much better.
Exterminate.
Yeah, this is perfect. This armor class loss of or 4 on the penetration is perfect. It really has nerfed these fighters. Not enough to make them useless. They're still really strong, but that is making a big difference. That is pretty cool. All right.
Sure.
Understood.
Andrew says, I just hate my day job so much that streaming makes me feel way more fulfilled. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that about hating your day job that much.
Destroy.
That sucks, but I'm glad at least the streaming really helps you feel that way. That's good. One of these days I will work up to playing Wizardry 8 with your mod on stream, Andrew says. Ha! Oh, I would love that. I just love to see you play Wizardry 8. See what you think of it. I know you've played 6.
Destroy.
Did you beat 6? I can't remember. I think you said you beat it. And what about 7? Have you played 7 also?
Most encouraging.
So yeah, it looks like I've cut down my damage output by about somewhere between probably about 30% with this change, which is great. And my stamina is getting low too, which is good. You'd prefer to play Forteverse, huh? Well, it'll be done one of these days. Not anytime soon, but one of these days. Ron, actually, in the chat, he's been doing some testing for me with the character creation. Hey, Sastan, welcome. How you doing today? Andrew says, I beat 6. Video on YouTube that's like 12 years old now. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You did beat Wizardry, but you never beat 7? Wow, I didn't know that. Ron says, if you made certain weapons heavier and use up more stamina, would that help? It would, but it would also nerf the Lord and Valkyries and whoever else used it. My goal was to nerf only fighters berserk. That's the only thing that really needed it, in my opinion. So I think the solution I came up with is perfect for that, because that is all it nerfed, was the berserk attack. But yes, that would make a difference. That would nerf melee attacks for everyone that used that. Yes, no penetration. All right. Yeah, I'm really liking this. Who would have thought that you would want your characters to be weaker? Somebody's cheering that their characters are not doing damage. Andrew says, I bought and beat Wizardry 8 when it first came out? Really? Wow. That's awesome.
Much better.
He says, great game. No one else was interested at the time. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Hey, Walker, welcome. How you doing today? Walker says, working on a first playthrough of Wizardry 7 now with my Wizardry 6 party. Awesome. Did you get some cool item transfers? Because that's an art in of itself, figuring out the best way to transfer equipment to Wizardry 8. Just based on the combinations you put on certain characters and what you have equipped and what you don't determines a lot of what happens with that. Ah, I just saw something here. So this, I was wondering if when enemies were blinded, the penetration armor class still applies, and I think it does, because I had just, which is good, that's a good thing. I had just blinded, yeah, this Juggernaut, and I just hit it, and with this -4, it said no penetration. So I think what happens is when something's blinded, its evasion armor class is negated, or maybe even goes negative. I'm not really sure. But then the penetration still applies. So a heavily armored fighter, character, whatever you want to call them, who's blinded will take a lot less damage and when either paralyzed, blinded, or whatever, than someone that just has really high natural armor class, like a monk or a rogue with high scouting, or not scouting, what's it called? Stealth. So I think it does make a big difference. I've always thought it did, because it seems like that was the case when I played, but we'll witness it even more now since I have a weapon that blinds, plus I'm did this berserk thing. Walker says, it's so satisfying to see my party adventuring together in the next game. What a cool system. It is, isn't it? And you get 3 of them that way. That's awesome. Yeah, it was rewarding going through 6 all the way through 8 and winning. But by the time I got through 8, it didn't feel like same party. It was real weird. It was like so much time had passed that it really didn't feel like they were the same. Andrew says the character transfer plays out very confusing. You mean the story or the items? And Walker says, yeah, I didn't think too hard about it, but I transferred over some healing potions and tried to keep everyone's best armor.
That's
Cool.
much better.
I'm better now.
My illness is
Yeah, you probably did it right then, or it did a good job. Oh, hey, Gauntlet, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, they didn't want you to become too overpowered. In fact, when you transfer to 7 to 8, you get nerfed even more, which I think is kind of good, because like I had Excalibur a couple times transferring from 6, which is really hard to get in 6. It took me forever, but it transferred to 7, and it was like a piece of cake in the beginning.
Much better.
Having
My illness is extinguished.
transferred Maynard's Lance, which is really strong also. The Elven Bow.
Hey, I'm wounded.
You're hanging in there going, look, glad to hear it.
Exterminate.
The items, yeah, the item transfer is very confusing. A lot of trial and error. Walker says it's kind of funny because the opening cutscene they wrote off, you're losing some of your equipment by saying everyone grabs what they can. Yeah, exactly.
Much better.
I thought that was pretty clever.
Okay.
Which also goes hand in hand with why when you have something equipped, it pretty much guarantees it transfers. There we go. Nice. How many rounds did that take? Let's take a look. Combat. 11 rounds. Okay, that's good. That's a good amount of
Yes.
time. Yeah, the Ring of Stars. Yep, that's a good one. You transferred the Avenger, the Muramasa, the Maiden's Lance, few pieces of armor. Cool.
Location.
Standing by.
Yeah, you got some good transfers in. Just be prepared that when you transfer to A, you won't be able to keep any of that stuff, really. The Diamond Ring you can. Alright, let's see here. What am I gonna do? Antone's dead. He got killed by monsters. Let's go complete the Mook quest. Do I have... Now I'm wondering if I have the fake Astral Dominate. I know I have the real one. There's the real one. I don't remember meeting up with... Okay, whew. I didn't remember if I met up with the Dark Savant or not.
We have company.
Reunited Mookan. And a pleasant...
As you see, I am...
Okay, so
Goodbye.
we have to rest here for a second. Get our Mook back.
It was wise to...
The United...
Okay, now we can give him the item. Hey, BioGoo, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I was just talking about you earlier. Thanks for all your insight and info on Wizardry 8. Walker says, I figure if they let you take the epic gear from 6 over to 7, there must be even more epic gear in 7 to replace it with. I'm not going to answer that for you unless you want me to answer it. Let's see. Where is... Should have a Mook Alliance. There it is.
Transferring object.
Okay.
Someone is coming.
Allow me to... Well, please bring word. Your...
Okay. So here's a new NPC you can trade with, FYI. Okay, you're gonna figure it out yourself? Okay, Walker, cool. Iogu says I'm fine. I'm learning Blender basics right now. Ah, okay. Cool. Let's see, does he have anything we want to buy? Cherry bombs is probably good for this party. Power packs if I end up finding a good modern weapon. Let's see, X-ray scrolls, that'd be pretty useful. Let's just buy them all. Some books that I can't use. Here we go, guys. This is a good one. It's expensive, and it's only one charge. I'm gonna buy one just for fun. 11,000 gold. Boom. Oh, he does have one you can buy. That's right. So we could get the energy glove. It has 15 shots. 4 to 16 damage. So it doesn't do much damage. But it'd be good for like if you had a mage or a psionic or an alchemist, I think. Even though it uses modern weapon, there's a slight chance to hit. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth trying. 17,000 gold. I don't know. We'll do it just for fun. So let me buy some power packs too. Okay.
Goodbye.
He seemed nice.
I think
we meet
does
again?
Vi Dominum actually may have 6. She has 6 modern weapon. Really, I had to start training one of these fighters to use it. Let's do that. Bow, sling. Someone that, ooh, yeah, she has really high dexterity. We'll give it to her. Okay, cool. Power packs, where are you? Keep those up there. And then we'll hang on to this. It's gonna be so fun to use. I'll have to wait and use it in a hairy situation. Let's get this ready.
This behavior is unacceptable. I insist you...
Okay. If I wasn't doing the all-fighter party, I would definitely take this psionic with me.
Company.
You all know how much I love my psionics. Especially in this mod. Okay.
It has been...
Goodbye.
Nice. Biogu says his wife bought herself a 3D printer, but she is really impatient when it comes to learning new software, so Biogu thought he'd take over. Oh, that's nice of you. What does she want to print? Useless junk, if you ask me. That's fun. Robot. Yeah, goodbye. He does sound like a robot, doesn't he? Okay. Next, we're going to go to the monastery. I don't think I've done that yet. me see if I have the wheel key. Pretty sure I have not done that. I'm not seeing the wheel key. I must have done it already. Man, I've played too many saved games. Yeah, this party's already done it. Okay. Well, we'll go up to the Impani base camp. I do want to trade in this diamond.
There it is! A creature!
Yes.
Let's see, how do I do that? Do I just give it to her?
Excuse me?
I think I just give it to her. Diamond. Where are you? Oh, come on. I thought I saw it. I'm gonna move it to the top of my list. Oh, it's the Ebon gem. Okay, never mind. Which I can't even use because Antoine's
Goodbye.
dead.
Till we meet again.
DFortae on Wizardry 8 autopilot. Yeah. Gauntlet says he has a robot voice filter on his sound card software. That's cool. Alright, let's rest. Get our magic back and then head out. I don't think there's anything I need to pick up from Prophet. I probably should check my resurrection powder. Yeah, I'm not seeing much in my inventory. Let's see. There's 4. Okay. Need to distribute these. Oh, he has 3. Okay, I'm good. Let's see. Boom. Boom. And we're gonna give the flamethrower to Vi. Okay.
Yes?
Standing by.
Relax. This fight will be easy.
Savant drones. Okay, that will be easy. Let's see.
I'm on it.
Instruction
forward.
confirmed.
Hey, Takaho, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Top of the morning to you too. Oh, they're shooting Miles to paralyze them.
Very well. I'm on it.
Let's see if Vi uses the flamethrower successfully. I'm curious as to if this vampiric wand will heal Miles over there. How far is he? Oh, he's in long range, so it definitely won't work because life steal's a throwing range spell. I should get a little bit closer and try it. Because I don't know if life still does that. I think it only does your party. I don't think it'll heal friends that way. Ranger in now. Throne. Okay. Let's try it. Cool. Vi used the flamethrower successfully.
I'm on it.
Oh, glad you're doing good, Takaho. Who did the heal? Evans. Okay. Well, then I can't tell because Evans is in my party. We don't know how many hit points Miles has.
I'm on it.
Biogoose says lifesteal from Bard instrument doesn't work in vanilla. Does it work with vanilla? Yeah, it does. You mean does it work to heal someone that's not in your party? The heal. Oh, you're saying the heal part. Yeah, it does. I'm almost positive it does, Biogoo. And yes, it did with the wand. You can see right here, Evans just got healed. Where was it? Oh, come on. It's in here somewhere. There we go. Vampiric Wand, Lifesteal 2, Savant Drone takes 12 damage, Evans is healed 8. And yeah, it works. I know the Bard instrument works because I've used it before. It does heal you.
Very well.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think of the name of that Bard instrument. Succubus. I think it's the Succubus thing. Yeah, I used it all the time. But I have the GOG version. Maybe the version you have it's broken. Do you have
Yes.
the Steam version? It works in GOG version.
We hear you got a regular and that's
No, I'm not paying you.
no one's
You guys are gonna die. Come and get it.
Enemies? Good. They will
So
die
eliminators are
quickly.
level 11. Or the goons. Level 11. Okay.
I'm on it.
They're pretty resistant to death, so I don't think I'm gonna try that. But let's do melting powder.
Okay.
Because they do have pretty good armor class. What else? We'll try Amulet of Asphyxiate.
well.
It might kill one.
With pleasure. Okay.
Sure.
Alright, good enough.
Sure.
I think I'll be okay, yeah.
Sure.
With pleasure.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Not dying to the asphyxiate. That's okay. Let's do a cherry bomb. No, let's do potion haste. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use weapons. I will use whipping rocks one more time.
With pleasure.
Spewing sling.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll do more damage with that overall. Here we go. Ron says, I always thought it was funny that the Raccoons are supposed to be stereotypical Italian mobsters, but they don't use guns. Yeah. Yeah, actually, there is one that gives you a zip gun. What's his name? Radis. So he does use a zip gun. But yeah, you're right. The majority of them just use swords or arrows. There we go. Nice. Poisoned and diseased. Nice. Yeah, I wonder if the disease condition lowers armor class. Like, poisoned and irritated do. I bet it does. Never thought to check that. So even if the disease effect does nothing else, at least it would lower the armor class of the enemy. We'd have to let ourselves get diseased to try it.
This feels...
Okay. Let's go ahead and life steal him.
Okay.
I think now would be a good time to do an area of effect. We'll do a cherry bomb.
Sure.
No. She's the one that has a lot of attacks.
Confirmed.
Let's see. Vi, you do it.
I'm on it.
Although your throwing sucks, doesn't it? 8, nah.
I'm on
Let's
it.
have her attack instead. Okay, Ranger. Let's do noxious fumes.
Understood.
Okay, here we go. Ron says, what does booze do? And Biogo answered him, some random effects, mostly negative, but can restore stamina or grant a Superman buff. Yes,
Exterminate.
and the Superman buff can happen outside of combat. Let me tell you. I have yet been able to reproduce it, but I've had that happen twice. I drank, I don't remember which one it was, but it was one that had the booze spell. And right next to my character, it showed the little Superman icon. Like right here. Outside of combat. So he had it that whole time I was wandering around with Superman on. And so when I went into combat, I already was Superman. So that is cool, because you can't normally cast Superman outside of combat. But like I said, I've tried many times to reproduce it, and it just never seems to do it anymore. So I don't know if I drank a certain one. I should have paid attention to which one I drank. But, you know, I thought that was cool. Most of the time you get nauseated, seems like.
Exterminate.
Ron says, was under booze full of his own. And he said, I believe it. No, I understand. It doesn't sound like it's... That sounds like something a kid in grade school would tell you when you were at school and you're like, yeah, right, whatever. But no, I'm dead serious. Twice it happened, and I was never able to reproduce it. The chance of it's so low, I guess, that, you know, you'd have to drink tons of booze. It just wouldn't be worth it. If it was more like Dungeons and Dragons games where, like the Gold Box games where you had an epic battle that you knew you were heading into, and it didn't have negative effects every time, it'd be worth it. You know, it'd be worth trying. Because, you know, if you could get a few Supermans before combat and then walk into the battle, that would be huge, but it's just too unlikely and too likely you'll become nauseated or something. You know what? Now that I think about it, you could actually use it for training water, because you could get nauseated real easily, and then you could just cast Cure Light or Cure Condition.
Understood.
Cure Light Condition over and over, so you could train water real quickly with that. And ale is cheap. I think ale's only 8 gold, so it would be a good way to do it. BioGoo says, I also had the Superman effect. It was from a stronger booze than that, but I don't know which one. Yeah, that's probably what happened to me too then. I probably drank, like, what's it called? Well, Bottle of Jake's I added in. That's strong booze, but there's that Rapix one. It was probably the Rapix one. When you experimented with a power level 7 booze on a scroll, it did not give you Superman. I know, but it could have been you just had to try it like literally 100 or 1,000 times.
Much better.
Because it just seems so unlikely. It does make you wonder if the higher the power level means you could get a better buff, or does it just mean it increases the chance of getting a buff, or maybe the buff lasts longer. Like maybe they all do Superman, but if you do level 7 booze, the Superman's like level 7 Superman. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll spend a bunch of time testing it all out. I don't have the time to do that.
Understood.
Yes.
BioGoose says, but I think I also got Superman from Ale during one of the speed runs. By the way, booze to put a character asleep is one way to drag them into unwanted maps. Ah! That's a good point. I never thought of that, BioGoo. Yeah, that would be good.
Standing by.
Yeah, this Berserk tweak I did is working fantastic. It has really nerfed the fighters. Nerfed their Berserk attack, I should say.
Like the jackal, the enemy slinks upon us.
Yeah, what do we got?
We shall utterly obliterate them.
Let's do a little sleep, or noxious fumes training.
Understood.
Val, use the flamethrower.
I'm on it.
You do some artifacts training.
Okay.
Very well.
Whipping rocks, why not?
With pleasure.
Sure.
Good enough. Ron says could have been Buzzfaz or Double Man's Drawd. Yeah, the Double Man's Drawd is Superman. It's weird that that's the Superman. It's actually a cheaper Superman than buying the Superman potions. Asphyxiate works. Yeah, Biogoo does have the knowledge. But, let's say it, Biogoo. You are wrong about the penetration with blinding. Penetration armor class does apply when blinded or paralyzed. I just tested that earlier. The evasion armor class is not. That's completely negated, but the penetration one is not. Which is cool. I'm glad it's that way. Because that means heavily armored units, when blinded or paralyzed, will still have a good chance of not being injured. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's crazy. There's just so much with this game that there's so many factors, and it's impossible to get all the facts right. I'm wrong about a bunch of facts all the time. Flaws knows a ton about Warcraft, Wizardry also, and he may even be in the stream and he can't chat. He's like blocked for some reason, but one thing he said was the Frontier phasers fire when they're empty still, and that's not true. I tested it out. When they reach 0, they do not fire, and you cannot reload them with any ammo. You can only reload them with power packs. You have to click on the power pack and drop it on it. So I test everything out myself, because there's a lot of information out there that people post on forums and things that, you know, most of the time they're right, but occasionally, I don't know if it's because of different versions, like maybe the GOG version's different than the Steam version, or I don't know, but sometimes I find that something is not accurate. So the only way to know is to test it yourself. That's the true scientist. That's how scientists are. They don't just take things for granted. They test it and prove it or disprove it.
Overload.
Hey, King Klania, welcome to the stream. How you doing? He says, I'm currently at this biggest news station in Los Angeles. Oh, cool. You're watching DFortae kill some bandits. That's pretty funny. Ron says, I heard this from a kid on the playground. Trust me, it's legit. Yeah, there were so many times when I was a kid where people would say something. Well, another good example is Wizardry 6. Like, in the day, nobody could get Excalibur. Like maybe one person found it. And,
Exterminate.
there was rumors going around on BBS's that if you killed the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the forest, that's how you would get it. And so I spent countless hours waiting for those to spawn and kill them. Never did get it. Come to find out that was completely bogus, completely false. The only way you can get Excalibur in Wizardry 6 is from killing greater demons. And it's only in a certain sector in the game. You have to be in a certain area. And finally, the way I found that out was through the Cosmic Forge editor. I got in there, I loaded it up, I looked and saw where it could potentially drop, and it's only that sector by greater demons. So then I ground there for hours and hours, and I finally got it. But it's just, yeah, so much bad information out there. It just drives me crazy.
Yes.
And again, it could be that people had different versions and something changed in some cases, but not for something like that, the Excalibur drop. That would not have changed, like in a different version. Ron says, oh, that reminds me. Is it possible to change item locations? Having Excalibur appear in water or lake somewhere would be great. Yeah. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Are you talking about in which Wizardry? For sure you can, yeah. The Cosmic Forge editor works with 6 through 8, and you can do that on any of them. And incidentally, Excalibur is not a unique item. I got it twice in Wizardry 6 when I was grinding. It's extremely rare, but I managed to get it twice. It took me weeks, but I did. So I had, if you go back to one of my old live streams, I have it twice. So yeah, the only way you can prevent an item from appearing multiple times is to set it on the map somewhere, and that's it. Don't have it from chests or drops or anything like that. And that's how a bunch of these bard instruments are in Wizardry 8. They're on the map so that you cannot find multiples of the same type. Yeah, absolutely, Ron. You could do that. Make it like an King Arthur legend. Yep. I'm sure Claus has done all kinds of stuff like that with Reforged mod. I have not played the Reforged mod, but it sounds like it has
I'm on it.
all kinds of changes, new areas, and
Okay.
These are so easy. I'm just gonna let them get close. Spent too much time here.
I've got it. And bad.
This is no ordinary fever. Sure.
Okay.
I'm on it.
Ron says, what do you think was one of your favorite additions to the map? Oh, that's so hard to answer. There's some really epic items you guys have not seen that you can get. I think I know what it is. There's a really epic item. I don't want to say what it is because I want someone to be able to find it someday. But you can find it in Nessie's chest. It's a very low chance. But I like putting in items, some of the epic ones that reference something else, like other mythology and stuff. So it has something to do with that. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to know for sure, Ron, go over to Discord and I'll private message you. If you really do want to know, and I'll tell you what it is. But I don't want to spoil it for anybody else.
Okay.
I know that was kind of a non-answer.
Sure. I'm on it.
I need to give my ranger something that he can use that's
Understood.
an area of effect artifact.
Very well.
Biogu says, okay, just tested it. Blinding lowers evasion armor class, which is also part of the penetration armor class. So it also makes penetration easier. Bonuses, penetration armor class from body parts still apply. Ah, that makes sense. Okay. So
My illness is extinguished.
Oh, yes.
So
much better.
bonuses on the monsters. So bonuses on the monsters based on body parts and armor on individual body parts still apply. That's cool. That's actually a cool feature. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, having good armor may actually end up being better. I'm trying to think about that for a minute. Than having the evasion. The evasion applies to your whole body. That's the thing. Like cloaks and that. And shields. Shields are a little bit different too. Gosh, I'd be curious about that because they have actual blockages they can do based on armor class. A shield for a melee attack can say outright block, but it doesn't apply to ranged weapons. Block does not work on ranged weapons. Gosh, it's so complicated. There's so many factors in this game. Love it.
Yes, that's much better.
I'm
So
better
yeah, that
now.
means like Body of Stone also does that. It increases your penetration armor class and reduces damage. I think it makes you take damage reduction, which is something different. So if you got blinded and you had Body of Stone on, you'd still be in good shape because it would still reduce the damage plus have a chance of not being penetrated.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Ron says, one thing I've always wondered, does the silence effect only apply to casting, or can it stop people from using sound-based things? I think it does block bards also. Bards cannot play musical instruments. Gadgets, I think, still work. Not 100% sure of this. I'm only like 80% sure, Ron, but I'm pretty sure that when I played before, bards can get silenced. Now, there's also anti-magic zones, which are different even yet, where I think for sure bard instruments don't work there, and I think items don't work, like artifacts. I'm not sure about gadgets. I don't know. I think the gadgets may work. I don't know on that one, Ron. I have to test that. Okay, that went a lot longer than it needed to. I was blabbing too much, sorry guys.
That feeling passed, but I'm still not myself yet. Well, thank goodness that's behind me. Feel like myself again.
Oh, much better.
We got something else. What is it? Okay.
Yes?
My ailment has abated.
They're going away, I think. Yep. I'll just let them go away since my stamina's low. See if I can sneak by them. Yeah, the other thing that's interesting, like this vampiric wand that I made here, that has infinite lifesteal 2. You cannot use it in combat if your weapons are swapped. So like if you have the sling equipped because the monsters are out of range, when you hit use, it's not going to show up. So all you have to do is hit W to swap the weapons, and then you can use it. So it is interesting how you have to literally have it in hand swapped to use an item like a weapon during combat.
Location.
My ail. What you got?
Alright, Trang, where are you? Trang arm. Finally offload all this extra equipment. Couldn't do it in Arnica because Anton died. Oh, where is it? There it is.
Yeah! I'm proud of you, though. Well, Recon's reporting news of two similar... Oh.
Okay, cool.
Okay, pup.
Goodbye.
Back so soon. Oh, and
Oh boy, I have so much stuff. Not making a gadgeteer. Skeleton powder can be merged with toxic bombs now. I don't think I want to do that though. This, I'd have to have it equipped. I was going to say I could give that to the ranger, but he'd have to equip it. I don't want that. Ron says, do you have plans for any more mods in the future? Yeah. Once this is solidified, this is going to be version 1.4. With the fighter berserk nerf. Once this is solidified, I'm gonna make a more difficult version of this. So it'll still be the vanilla game. It's just gonna be harder. So either more monsters, especially in certain areas, you know, set encounters, and possibly stronger versions of monsters. Higher dynamic level caps. So like Arnica Road right now, I think, you know, level 11 creatures is about as high as you'll see. I may bump that way up so that there's stronger versions of things. Basically, I want to just make it where it's harder for people, you know, like me that it's getting a little bit easier, you know. So I want to make a mod like that. Everything else it'll inherit all the other things in this mod because that'll be stable, and then it'll just be harder. And then eventually I'd like to make one that included the factions that were in Wizardry 6 and 7, and that'd be a totally different mod. So like the Dane, the monks spelled M-U-N-K-S, and just add to the story. So it'd be more like, you know, more of a transition from Wizardry 7 for those that are veterans. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. Definitely need to equip that. He's using a bow. So yeah, I guess it will go to the Mook. BioGoose says shields only add evasion armor class. Okay, that's what I was afraid of, but they can block in melee, which is weird. The game checks how much of your evasion armor class comes from shield and gives you an appropriate chance to display the block. Ah, okay. But technically it's just a miss. I gotcha. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's see here. This, like, I may have a use for this later since I don't have silent spell. I'm gonna hang on to that. Oh, I forgot I had these two. And I'm gonna use these in a really against really tough enemies, someone like El Dorado, because I only have 2 of them. Let's see. Maybe Alcedexis, someone like that. Save it for her. Hang on to that too, Thieves Buckler. Not using this anymore. I think I have. She has the Demon String, Great Bow, Venom Bow. Yeah, I guess I'm not using it. Go ahead and get rid of it. This is pretty darn good. I might hang on to it. Yeah, Ron. Those are Dart of Hornet's Nests, basically. Similar to, you know, in the AD&D world. Extremely rare. You cannot buy them anywhere. Very... hang on to them for a very situational, tough combat. BioGoose says that also explains why you can't block ranged. Missiles that land on the target never miss. Yeah, that makes sense. BioGoose says, okay, I'm silent now. No, I appreciate the info and insight, BioGoo. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Copper, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? He says, can I read about evasion armor class and penetration armor class somewhere? I know nothing about the inner workings of this game. We're getting all these items, you mean? I've made them. This is my mod, Copper. Yeah, BioGoo's got a lot of info. Claus does as well. He knows tons of inner workings. If you go check out BioGoo's stream sometimes, he's in there. I think there's a forum that he talks on as well. There's probably some others too that have some great insight. Let's see. Hang on to that. Let's get rid of these. This might be pandemonium powder. This is probably renewal. I'm still gonna hang on to this because I may need this hit point regeneration. I don't think I'm gonna be throwing these anymore. Oh, you meant the info Copper? A lot of what I know I've experimented and figured out on my own, but some of the very specifics, I've learned a lot from BioGoo actually. And like I said, Claus, I can't remember his last name, but it's Claus with a K. That's a pretty unique name. So you'll know who I'm talking about when you hear him. Okay, Mystic Arrows. Man, I got all kinds of junk here. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. Actually, she needs arrows. Set of stones. Boom. Okay. I'm almost done selling all my junk. I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna hang on to this just in case. How much does this weigh? 6. I'll hang on to it. I don't think I'm gonna use the Staff of Doom. The Death Cloud Power 5 is pretty cool though. Maybe I will hang on to it just for that. Oh yeah, that's right. This can be merged now with blue flowers. Chief's Swamp Malt. Okay, I think that's it. I'll get rid of this. Wow, okay. What do you have for us? Just in case Vidomina, oops, goes away. Let's get a few armor plates. What else? Ice bombs, yes. Fire bomb, yes. Ron says the bottle in Gork's inventory. Did you make that art? Or did you find it? It was in there. Actually, you can. It's the thermal pineapple. The thermal pineapple's in Wizardry 7, and I think it transfers. I'm not 100% sure of that, but that's why they made this label. So I just activated the thermal pineapple. It was there. It didn't have this icon set on it, strangely enough. But the icon was there in the graphics library. So I just grabbed it. I feel like when they released the game, they weren't 100% done. Like they just had to get it out there. That's what I just feel like happened. And so there's some things in there that they had planned on doing, but just probably ran out of time. Okay. I think that's it. Maybe some books real quick. And we'll grab some impaling stones. Okay. Vi, what kind of books can you use? Light and webs. Okay.
Standing by.
Ranger. Chameleons. Okay.
Don't let the door.
Yes?
Till we meet again. Splendid.
No, I had some more devil's dust. Let's see. I have more than that, I know. Oh, she's still wearing the poser's hat. Okay, ice bombs. Someone that needs... Let's see, his throwing's too bad. I need to give him an artifact. What is he using? The geomancer's ring and protection from magic. Yeah, I need to trade this. Let's give him... Here we go, the Amulet of Rainbows. We'll swap this. That's perfect. So then he can use Prismatic Ray. Alright. Awesome. Biogoose says Claus is very unique. Only the second most common name in Germany. Is it really? That's a common name in Germany? You will never see a Claus with a K in the United States. Ever.
Behold.
That's pretty crazy. What am I doing? Why? I'm not going through there. I need to go up here.
UX version. Verifying clear.
Copper says, I remember Diablo 2 having a lot of weird calculations in it, especially concerning armor
Please present security authorization
and attack
to the
rating.
UX
That's why I'm
unit.
interested in Wizardries. Yeah, Wizardry has some very complicated logic, which is really
Access ver-
cool. Yeah, it did have trouble development. You know, they rented this game engine
Behold, observe.
for 3D, since 3D was all new and everything. And Surtec Canada ended up finishing it, and they went bankrupt. Alright, there's some pretty cool items, I think, in here now. So the question is, do we go after that, or do we go do the mission? I guess we'll do the mission. And
Ready.
let's go ahead and use a X-ray scroll here. I don't want to stumble across some spiders that'll kill me. Is that, I think I'm level 14? Yeah, I could get owned pretty quickly by those widow makers or whatever they're called. There's widow makers, and then there's, starts with an E, ensnaring spiders. Man, those are rough. We will go here real quick. Come on, butterfly axis, okay. Yeah, I just felt like the Umpani caves like this were too lacking with decent items. Like you had to travel so far and spend so much time. So I wanted to boost that a bit. That was not a good example. That was, I'm just saying.
Observe. Observe.
The other thing I always have to keep in mind is, like, if you transfer your characters
Observe. Observe.
from 7, depending on how you partnered with someone in the end or what ending you got, you may start here. Uh-oh, here we go. Where are they? We got some red. It's too many to be spiders. So that's probably bats or rats. Javelins of Slumber, those are pretty good. Ron says, Umpani base camp. I remember trying to farm the Umpani guys for a specific sword. They were uncooperative. Yeah. Biogoose says, Berserk has -6 to hit and penetrate, not -4. That explains a bit. Yeah, that's why I was asking. In Wizardry 6 and 7, it's -4. It's called melee. So I wasn't sure if 8 was the same. So you were able to confirm it's not the same. It's -6. That's cool. So yeah, it's even nerfed even more now, which is good. Because it's still too strong. Okay, Andrew, have a good one. Yeah. No, it was my pleasure. I'm sorry I missed your stream earlier. 9 hours, man. That's just crazy. 9-hour stream. How in the world? Where am I going here? Going the wrong way. Yeah, Sword of Hearts, yep. You can actually get them pretty easily from the Umpani, if you kill enough of them. But yeah, you have to kill a lot of them. I hate getting stuck behind these guys. Am I going the right way? Yeah. There we go. Got around them.
Observe.
Renewal potions are actually very handy
Observe.
here
Behold.
because there's a lot of vampire bats.
Observe. Observe.
Sometimes you gotta run to get
Please
over some of those little ledges. Pain in the butt.
Access verified.
Ron says, yeah, I had a huge battle with Thrasher Vines, Sorceresses, and Seekers. I hid and wanted to see if they dropped the item that way, but... Ah, okay. So you were... I see. You didn't want to attack the Umpani. You wanted them to die indirectly. Yeah, that would take quite a while. Yeah. I thought you were doing like a rampage type thing where you were just killing all the Umpani and partnering with Trang.
Observe. Behold.
Okay. Let's go ahead and open some of these while we're here.
It has a booby trap.
All right, let's see.
Yes?
Divine Trap. Let's put on your poser cap. Where did it go?
Yeah?
You're doing their quest. You didn't want them to die. Gotcha.
It's locked
my
up
gosh.
tight.
Standing by.
You bellowed? Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah?
Light cross. Ooh, Spear of Death. Light crossbow, heater shield, and Spear of Death. I may be at the point now where this is still, compared to what I have, weaker. Let me see. Poison, strength 6, kill 2. Yeah, I'll still take it, but I think what I have is better. Yeah, Dread Spear is better. She is no longer using that. I switched her to Flail of Swirling and a Hammer. Then we have our pestilent Fashard, which is awesome. That's better. Nobody else using polearms. Nope. Okay. Ron says, watch this be bullet stones too, or something just not worth it. Yeah. That's what I was expecting too, Ron. Zoom out. Okay, I think I'm going the right way. X-ray expired.
Ready.
Yep, this is the right way.
Automated train. Warning. Opening.
Behold.
Alright, let's see.
Observe. Oh, come on. Wow, these... Help me.
Alright. How are we gonna kill him? Let's go ahead and use the rockets, why not?
This we will definitely keep.
We'll put these in here, and they should auto reload.
I'm on it.
Out
Okay.
of range.
Relax, this fight will be easy.
So bad with modern weapons. I can't even use the vampiric wand on them because they're out of throwing range. There we go, we hit him with that rocket. Hit him with that one too. Hit the wrong one, but nevertheless, still hit one. Knocked it unconscious. My ranger is so bad at shooting. That's ironic. What is his skill? 44. Range combat 68. Still missing. There we go. I mean, I guess they are long. In long range. Yeah. Yeah. Target dummy knocked unconscious. You can make him go insane too, which I always thought was funny. I liked using Sonic Blast on him. When I had Sonics, I'd just be like, blast, 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 blast. And occasionally make one go insane. They never attack each other. They just stand there. Killed one of them. You know what? There's something I want to try that I've never tried before. I'm gonna have to get out of range. I've never gone over here. Oh, it's a roof. Okay. I thought maybe there was a gap here where I could cast a fireball up into the air and then over, like, and it would still hit within the radius. But the only spell you could use from here would be Sonic Blast to do damage.
RFS-81 detects hostile being.
That'd be the only one. Well, we got some more rockets to fire.
Out
look
of
out.
range.
Range.
I do have a flamethrower, asked him. I added a couple other flamethrower type weapons too. They're random though. You may not be able to get them when you play. But yeah, Vi has a flamethrower, but she can't reach with it. It does throwing range, or cone range, short range. Knocked it unconscious. One left.
Give me something to shoot, darling.
Did she get modern weapon increase yet? 12? What? Are you serious? Oh, she started with 10. Okay. I was like, how did she get to 12 so fast? So her modern weapon's gone up by 2 doing this. I forgot that fighters start with 10 modern weapon. Boom. Only 11 hit points left. Come on. Boom. There we go. Okay, nice. Unequip. Let's see. Put this back. Let's charge it while we can. Boom. Alright, looks good.
Easy, girls. You come back.
You'll be rewarded a little more now in this area. Okay, thought I was going the wrong direction.
There it is, a creature. Okay. Okay.
I'm better now.
Well,
Observe.
What did he drop? A leather cuirass. Scroll of armor melt. Nice.
Standing by.
Okay, one down. 4 to go.
Ready. Like the jackal, the enemy
Understood.
slinks upon us.
Most unfortunate.
Exterminate.
Okay, 2 down.
yes?
Well, hello there, Mr. Swallower.
Sure.
Destroy.
Behold.
Club of Razors. Razor Cloak. Nothing we need right now.
Very well.
Exterminate.
Damn it!
Ron says, lol, that guy gave up waiting for you. Yeah, he just walks, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go do my thing and wait for you to show up. Alright, I think, let's see where I'm at. Grab this. Acid bomb? Yeah. Got a bunch of those somewhere. Let's do that. Okay.
Behold.
Spewing sling. I had bought a couple of those from Croc. Those are cool. They do a low level whipping rocks. South. We want to keep going south. We have one left. Harder one. We want to go south still. This always confuses me. Yeah, I think we want to go south. I think he's right around this corner. Yep.
The enemy will die slowly.
The Jinn. Alright, we're gonna cast Soul Shield here.
I'm on it.
He's very magic resistant. I think I'm just gonna attack with weapons. Well, we'll do melting powder.
Okay.
Destroyed.
He's blinded. Nice. Index of darkness. Oh no. I'm way too high level. Scimitar and a Jinn Eye. Alright. And look at that. There's a new treasure chest.
Trapped.
Let's see.
Yes. Yeah.
Question is, are we gonna get bullet stones? Like Ron said? Ron says, did you make that literal razor cloak a cloak that casts razor cloak? No, I did not make a literal razor cloak, but I did make the club of razors. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. I did make something else that was kind of literal, though. Oh, this is a good item if you have an alchemist. Wand of the Alchemist. Gives an alchemy boost, piety boost, firebomb, power 4. So a little bit of water and air resistance. Blind 15%. Decent damage. Single-handed wand. But I don't have an alchemist. Okay, and the rest of this is okay. But that's cool. Yeah, I did make another thing that's pretty literal, like that, Ron.
Behold.
We did it. That was way too easy because I'm too high level being here. Alright, go, yeah, this direction.
Good job, soldiers.
Cloak of Literalness casts Razor Cloak. Yeah, made a Cloak of Literalness. Cool new item. Yeah, I've made quite a few profession-specific items. It's just, we're gonna start seeing them now, like mid to late game, especially late. You start seeing more and more of those because they're stronger. Alright, let's see. Where do I want to go? Wow, I bet these are rats. There's so many of them. Let's go to the what's it called? Humpawhammer. So we can teleport back kind of by Arnica. Is there something to the south there? There was. Let me go check that out real quick. I think I would go that way. Or was that the locker? Can't get in there. Okay. Is there anything that you named after yourself? DFortae's whatever. No, I did not do that. Well, actually, the mysterious note at the beginning has a reference because it tells you what version of the DFortae mod you're running. So that's the only thing. Okay.
Observe.
Ready.
Go north, I think. Wow, there's a lot of something over
one.
there. Has to be rats. Too many of it to be bats. Or spiders.
You've got. Behold.
I did leave in the imbalanced dulcimer of mending for the bards, but I nerfed the default level to 1 instead of 3.
Observe. Behold.
Okay. Now we can shortcut here. Go ahead and rest. Yeah, the musket. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I boosted the damage, the minimal damage on all the firearms. It was way too low. But I didn't boost, I don't think I boosted the max damage. And of course, there's the new shotgun, which has a really high chance of hitting. Okay.
Yes?
Oh, the bard instrument. Gotcha. Yeah, it's bananas and vanilla, the bard instrument. Yeah. It is. Yeah, one thing that I might do in the mod where I change more things is try to make a new spell that's just like Heal All, but decrease the amount. And then I would point the Bard instrument to that. Basically cut it in half, so then it'll still be kind of like a Heal All, but it just won't be able to heal nearly as much. Because I think that Bard needs something like that. It's just too strong. Ron says some of the late game gadgeteer items are pretty nutty. Yeah, but it needs it because the gadgeteer is weak early game, very weak. And so late game he starts becoming finally good. And against certain enemies, some of them aren't strong because the resistance of the monsters goes up a lot. Like weapons and melee become the best way to kill things endgame, and magic's typically the worst way.
Relax, this fight will be easy.
So, I get what you're saying, but
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I don't consider it imbalanced. Fighter's Berserk is imbalanced. That's the only thing I can say with uttermost confidence. And that has now been nerfed. And it still may not be enough. I'll have to do more testing of it.
Very well.
Extermination.
Sure.
Extermination.
Behold, observe, observe.
There we go. This is an item that I was telling you about that I added. So this is called the Frost Machine. Ice Ball Power 2. So it's a weak ice ball. But that's still pretty good for 24 charges. And uses modern weapons. So we have the Flamethrower. Now we have the Frost Machine. Ooh, I think we'll give it to her. Yeah. Ron says there's a spell in Mind Magic 6 that takes all the current hit points, totals them, and then heals that much. I don't think that helps. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really ridiculous. Bard's Tale has some absolutely ridiculous healing also. Very, very imbalanced. Ron says, yeah, I think the only way to stop Berserk is to have it get less and less accurate as you use it. Or make the fighter take more and more damage as a result. Yeah, I was thinking of that. There's no way for me to do that. Plus, I want the fighter to be a tank. It's just I don't want his damage to be that much more ridiculous. I mean, they don't get spells. So that is kind of a big detriment. But they can't be doing double damage late game as weapons become more available. Early game it's fine. But I'm more worried about the mid game a little bit. Like I'm pretty much mid game, starting to head toward the late game. The late game especially.
Master,
All
this
right,
is
let's see what we
trapped.
get in these. The level sensors are removed, so hopefully I'll get some good stuff out of these. I don't remember what's capable.
Yeah?
Ron says, and it seems like the Berserk is really good mid to late game, hardly misses. Yeah. Yeah, your skills are so high by then. And think, I'm playing on expert level. Imagine how easy it'd be on normal or easy. What did we get? Butterfly axes, okay.
I'm better now.
Oh, so these are like lockers.
Behold,
These chests here are basically the same thing as a locker. So we're not going to get anything good out of these. The lockers are the mediocre equipment.
Got trap on it.
Looks trapped.
Of course.
Beware. This is a deadly device.
Trapped.
Standing by.
Yes? Yeah?
Ron says early game is debatable, but man, my Mook was doing 100 damage per swing with the giant sword berserking. Yeah. And you know, just to put it into perspective, if you cast a spell like
Splendid.
Nuclear Blast, or let's just say Fireball, and there's 10 enemies, the Fireball is going to do more damage than the fighter, than that 100 damage. You know, if you cast it at like level 4 or 5. So it isn't always imbalanced. It's only against certain enemies. Like late game, as I said, the magic resistance starts to go up. So then the fireballs and things like that just aren't, they're just not working, and the fighter then really starts to take over. So it is a total timing thing. It's just really hard to optimize, but I think I'm on the right track by just making Berserk not have as much of a chance of firing, basically. You know, you get no penetration. Time will tell. I'll be interested late game if I've made a big enough change or not. It may need to be a little bit bigger still. I feel like if they could do, instead of double damage, if they did maybe 50% more, that would be about perfect. So that's what I'm trying to aim for. And I can do it on specific enemies, so what I may end up doing is having, well, I can't go in there, having the earlier enemies be like it is now, and then having some of the later enemies be more resistant to Berserk. And that way I'd make them not get out of control late game. Yeah, can't adjust the mechanics, at least not without doing injection with Cosmic Forge.
Access to upper level.
Oh, that's upper level. Okay. Is this? Oh, that's the locker. Okay, that's the wrong place. Where am I at? Do I need to go back there? I think I do. There we go.
RFS
It's so
81
easy for me to
detects
get turned
hostile-
around here. Oh, my pleasure, Ron. All good questions. Very good questions. I don't know the answer to them sometimes, so.
Access verified.
All right. Uh-oh. Level 14 vampire bats. Okay, here we go. Not bad vampires. Bad vampires you can cast Banish on, but vampire bats doesn't work.
Okay.
Just attack with weapons.
Instruction confirmed.
Okay.
Instruction confirmed.
Yeah, I agree. Even with the minor balance issues, Wizardry is awesome. I completely agree. And it makes it sound like it's really unbalanced. This game, compared to most other games I've played, it is one of the most balanced games ever. Given options and things, I'm just trying to make it that much more glorious. Uh-oh, that got drained. Oh, this is something I wanted to check. I wanted to see if drained affects your armor class. Where do I do that? Conditions. No, it doesn't. So draining does not affect your armor class. Like I know nausea does. Irritated. I was gonna see if diseased did too. I need to go in there and check sometime when I get diseased. Oh, Biogood just answered. Drain has no effect on combat. Do you know about diseased, Biogood? Ron says, I've said this before, but every class feels viable. There's not one class or race you just never want to play. I agree. This is so amazing.
Okay.
Same with disease. Oh, darn. I thought maybe the disease condition on the enemies would actually have a real impact then. I just am not sure it does anything. It shows they're diseased. I just don't know if it actually does anything. All right.
Standing by.
Anybody else? Trying to think, what's the next mission? I think it's the Mook one. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. I don't want to explore the cave. We'll do that some other time, maybe. This area is just so annoying to me. Ron says, and considering how rushed this game was, I'm amazed at how good it is, particularly the party construction option. Yeah, exactly. Walker says, was this game rushed? Didn't it come out like 8 years after 7? Yeah, it did come out a lot later than 7. To be honest, I don't know. There's an interview on Mad Chat. If you go to Mad Chat, he interviews the Robert Surotek, the owner of Surtech, one of the co-founders. He talks about it, and then he interviewed Brenda Romero, who used to be Brathwaite, and she was like one of the lead designers on this game, and she talks about it. So I highly recommend those interviews. I just can't remember.
My ailment has abated.
Yeah, the interview with Brenda is amazing. She talks about D.W. Bradley too, one of my all-time favorite game designers, who did Wizardry 6 7, part of 5, and Wizards and Warriors.
Access verified.
So that's really cool. Walker says she just released a new game, a game called Empire of Sin. That looks pretty cool. Looks like XCOM with gangsters. Cool. Alright, let's see here. So he's going to give us our next mission.
There you are. Well, we believe the Mook may be in possession.
Yeah.
Remember,
So it's the Mook quest. Back to Arnica. How close am I to leveling up? Not very. Oh, the monk is, the android. You can tell how much I dislike the Arnica caves,
RFS 81
that I'm going through the
instruction
wilderness like this
confirmed.
instead of going back through the
Seriously
caves
intend to fight us?
to teleport closer to Arnica. Walker says, I wish there was a way to increase draw distance in this game. There is. You can do it through the editor. In fact, I have increased it a little bit. Yeah, you can increase it.
I'm seeing spots.
The issue you run into is there's certain things you may be able to see that you shouldn't be able to see because of the way the walls are designed.
This feels worse than when they tell you how much they love their lives.
I have an affliction.
Exterminate. Overload.
Not feeling so.
Walker says, oh cool, Morrowind has the same problem out of the box, but there's a great mod called Distant Land that lets you see really far, and that really brings the game to life. Yeah, like right there you can see the tree appears and then disappears as I look over here. Right there in the middle. That green one. Yeah, I may try to increase it and see how it works. You can actually do it map by map. Each map has its own drawing distance. I need to get closer to these. I'm in shooting range.
Exterminate.
Yes, that's much better.
Oh, they dropped some thorns.
I am covered with cuts and bruises. Standing by. Understood. My ailment has abated.
Ready and willing. Yes? I'm on it. Well,
Of course.
thank goodness that's behind me. I feel like myself again.
I'm better now.
Going the right way? Yep. Okay.
Wow, much better.
My ailment has abated.
Yes?
I have so many potions. Okay, let's see.
I'm on it.
Guardy Brigands. See, like,
Got
in the
trouble over here.
more difficult mod, I'd
Soldier
like to
will
make
just crush
some of
this
these
enemy.
guys, like, higher level ones. Because, like, level 10 right now, it's like, eh. Kind of wasting my time.
Understood.
Sure.
Okay.
Not really, though, because you get training. Oh, let's use the frost machine.
With pleasure.
That'll be fun. Flamethrower.
I'm on it.
Asphyxiate.
Very well.
All kinds of cool goodies. Spewing sling.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Ron says, yeah, that's what I felt too. What are you referring to, Ron?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
this will be a fun round.
Exterminate.
These poor guys don't stand a chance. He's insane. He's scared.
Understood.
Frost machine worked.
With
Let's do
pleasure.
that again. Everybody else just attack. Ron says, with the tediousness of fighting large groups of low enemies can be a slog. I gotcha. Yeah, the only good thing, silver lining with this cloud is you get training.
Exterminate.
It's not nearly as tedious as the gold box cloud because of that. At least we're getting some skill leveled up.
Yeah. Damn it.
Having item drops helps too occasionally. But yeah, if I make more difficult enemies as the game progresses, I'll scale up the things they drop too, which would be cool. It'll kind of encourage fighting then. So that's the other thing I always felt like the game kind of misses a little bit, is a lot of the monsters the gear they drop does not scale.
Understood.
With pleasure.
Ron says, plus you can get revenge on the monsters you had to run from before and crush them without mercy. That is so true. Very true.
Damn it!
Aerial slippers, a bard. I always thought that was strange that these guys that are rogues drop a bard slippers. Maybe they stole it from a bard. That's the excuse I'll come up with. Spike shield. Yeah, that's weird. A lot of the monsters drop appropriate equipment. Like even in the vanilla game, like based on the type of class they are. But there are some weird ones that don't do that. All the bard times are Shakespeare references too, Ron says. Are they really? I never even really noticed that. In this game, you mean? Oh, wow. Interesting. I really don't know anything about Shakespeare.
Shoo! Shoo! Go away!
I love when he does that. Shoo, shoo, go away.
Greetings.
Where is it? There it is.
This is true. Allow me to
Cool.
Goodbye.
It was a pleasure.
My ailment has abated.
While we're here, we need to go visit Helly.
Look at those things!
With pleasure. This will be over in no time. Give me something to shoot, darling.
Alright, let's see here. Let's kind of do what we did last time.
Understood.
With pleasure.
I'm gonna do an acid bomb this time, because why not?
Okay.
Very well.
Okay.
Sure. I'm on it.
Okay.
Hey, Grew Hiking, welcome to the stream. How you doing? He says, for fighter nerfing, can you test a mid-level normal party? 2 casters, 2 hybrids, 2 fighters, 1 fighter, 1 rogue, and make sure they can kill 1 Rapix fighter around level. I'm not going to do that specific of a test, Grew Hiking, because there's no need to. You can always find a situation where a certain party configuration is not going to work. But if you ask everybody that is an expert at this game, has played it a lot, they will tell you that the Berserk fighter is overpowered. And so it has to be changed. There's just no way of getting around it. It's just, when do you change it? How do you change it? And my approach is only change one thing. We're changing Berserk. We're nerfing it. We're nerfing it the exact same for all enemies. And then late game, maybe it'll be nerfed a little more. Because to be honest, what I've nerfed now probably isn't enough, but I'm gonna leave it like that. So yeah, it would just take. That's why I'm playing through the game though. I'm playing through the whole thing with this nerf now, and we'll see late game if each fighter when they're hitting is doing more. Because I've played enough lords and samurai and Valkyries to know what I kind of should be getting. So I have a real good gut feel for it. So that's, to me, that's the only way to really do it. And it's an art form, you know, we can't do it in an exact way. And no matter how you do it, there's going to be a side effect. Kind of like a drug, you know, you change this and something's going to change. But that's my approach. I don't want to change too many things because that'll really cause problems. It'll be too hard to balance. So I think this is the best approach. Copper says, I always like the continuous mode of combat more. This round-based feels a bit too slow. Have I always played round-based? Yes. I do not play continuous because you miss too many turns. Biogoo, who's a complete expert at this game, misses turns all the time in continuous mode. And if I want to play a game like that, I'll play Warcraft 3 or something that's meant to be a real-time strategy game. I don't think RPGs with multiple characters like this are meant to be, reflex-driven, where you're trying to do things real fast. That's not fun for me. That's not enjoyable. So no, I don't play continuous. Grew Hiking says, we will see. Rogues are close to fighter as it is for damage production. Yeah, and the rogue may need some kind of nerf as well. Those are definitely two that at certain points in the game are kind of overpowered. But just gotta be one step at a time. Get one thing worked out and then see if there's anything else. And I don't know. That's my approach. Not everybody may agree with that, but that's my plan.
With pleasure.
Sure.
Ron says, does backstab do double damage? It can actually do more than double damage. It can do triple or quadruple damage. But the types and numbers of weapons that rogues can use is a lot more limited. Drew Hiking says, I just find melee tedious with all hybrids. Takes forever if you are unlucky with crits. Well, I mean, that's kind of the whole point, Drew Hiking. I mean, if the game was super easy, where everybody just mow down everything in melee, what would be the point of playing? You want to kind of be a little bit strategic, or at least have to work for your rewards. That's, I guess, the best way to say it. This just may not be the right game for you either then, because there's, like, if you want quick combat games, play Bard's Tale. Bard's Tale, you can mow through combat and, like, really strong enemies in, like, less than a minute. So this kind of game, that's what Wizardry 6, 7, and 8 is all about, is combat that's very intense, especially here in 8. So yeah, you may enjoy other games in your life. Like I said, the Bard's Tale trilogy has combat that you can just kind of mow through the enemies super fast. Ron says, does backstab work without daggers? Yes. Sure does. Has to be a melee weapon though. It can't be obviously throwing or shooting. Oh, these are, yeah, spider boots.
I'm better now.
Understood.
Through Hiking says, no worries, brother. Been playing this since 2001 and enjoying the mod. Just providing a perspective from another point of view. No, I totally appreciate that and understand. Yep. I guess my question is, what is your objection to nerfing the fighter?
Compiling perform.
Do you disagree that their berserk attack is not overpowered? Because if you agree that it is, something has to be done. So, if you have ideas on a better approach, please let me know. Let's see, he's using... What is he using? He's using pole arms, I think. Yeah. Dread Spear. Okay, cool. Alright, we need to equip some ranged. She's out of arrows. Does this look good? She has arrows. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go visit Helly before I forget. And pay her off so that she doesn't tattle on us.
You know, I heard the most He says you're working for them. It'll cost... Why, thank you.
Cool. Also see if we can get rid of some of this stuff that we're not really using anymore. Somebody has icicle sticks. Definitely not using those. We'll try to use this ale on stream. We'll see if we can get the effect. She buys rockets. That's interesting. See if we can get the Superman effect. Ron says, what if you do Berserk too much and you go into a blind rage? So you get turncoat or blind randomly. I don't know if that's any better, but it would mean you can't overuse it. I can't change those kinds of mechanics, unfortunately. But yeah, that would be pretty funny. Randomly turn you blind. Offloaded that giant silver nugget. Man, that's a big drop. Sell this and buy it back. Mana stone. These can make potions of haste now. Magic nectar. Acid bomb and dust of defection. Definitely not using these. Yeah, I wish I could do that, Ron. Make changes like that. And maybe you can with injection, but I have no experience with that yet. Oh, actually this... What does this use? Artifacts. Yeah, this will be good for Evans to use. Are they... Oh, he can't use them. Huh. Okay, selling those. Can't use this anymore. This Antone's dead. Okay. Let's see. This is Boo's Power 6. Let's buy that too. Okay.
I'll see
Here we
you when
go.
you...
And that'll probably
Till we
be
meet again.
stopping the stream. Let me see if we can mess around with some alcohol here. Who would be the one?
Of
Let's
course.
give it to Lizzie since she has a lot of strength and pretty good vitality. Maybe that makes a difference. Here's the Fuzz Faz.
Okay.
So that restored her stamina. Where's Ale? Ale, where are you? What? Let's look based on the icon. It's a lot faster. It's yellow, I know. Did I sell it? I'm losing my mind. There it is. Wow. She becomes nauseated. Okay, so no. I should do that every stream. Every stream we'll try to just drink some alcohol and see if we can finally record it for history. Online. Yeah. Superman outside combat. That's a cool effect. Alright, guys. Well, thank you very much for the chat, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. I sure did. A lot of fun, learned a lot. Keep those ideas and suggestions coming, guys. I really appreciate it. So, have a good day, and I will see you next time.